Hello, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Type 5 online global training. I'm the MC tonight, and my name is Ada from Vancouver. Before I introduce our guest tonight, a little friendly reminder. Our Zoom Meet is on our Facebook Type 5 page now. So please feel free to share on your Facebook Live on your page so your friends are able to watch us as well. So let me introduce our guest tonight. She's from Hong Kong, Ka-Hei Lee, 27 years old, Team Elite and Circle of Excellence 1. She graduated from the University of Hong Kong with a bachelor's in biomedical science and minor in genetics and genomics. After 1 year, and she resigned her position at the hospital and continued to pursue the Type 5 lifestyle through the Nu Skin platform. So tonight she's going to use the scientific view on TR90. So let's give a warm hand welcome to Ka-Hei Lee from Hong Kong.
Oh, thank you so much, Ada, and also for Ava for your translation today to Mandarin, and for Dami for your translation to Korean today. Thank you so much. I think a lot of people here might know who I am, but maybe some who don't know who I am at the moment. I'm going to just share a little bit about myself. Let me just pull up the PowerPoint quickly. Can you guys see it? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so my parents are John and Junice Lee. Don't know if everyone knows them all too well or not, but they started their business in Malaysia. This is when they met Philip Chung, who was their mentor at that time. And right now I have the privilege to also call Philip Chung my mentor too. And I actually grew up knowing that eventually I would do Nu Skin. But as I was growing up, you can see my time at the hostel. I spent quite a lot of time over there, but my health and let's just say my diet wasn't the best when I was at the hostel because of all the stress and also because all the things that I was going through. And you can tell from my face, there's a lot of, what do you say, zhong, like swelling going on around my lymph nodes and my cheek areas. I mean, this is from the lack of sleep and also just a whole lot of stress that has come out. But when I was in the hospital, I realized that my lifestyle was completely different from the lifestyle that my parents had. And they always told me to pursue the things that I wanted to pursue. And what I felt was, you know, if I want to do Nu Skin later on in life, I really need to understand the body. I really need to understand biology, and I really need to understand why our company goes through so much to provide us with the best technology and the best research, the best scientific research behind everything. So I decided that I wanted to pursue medicine and also pursue genetics and genomics just because of our age-up technology. And after a year in residency, I decided to quit my job because I could see that my mentor retired at that time, and he retired with 40 years of experience, a lot of research papers, many lives that he saved, and he was quite famous. But when he retired, it broke my heart because he told me that I should work as hard as he did. And his working hard meant that he had 40 years with no holiday whatsoever, no sick leave, nothing. And he just retired just like that. and it really, really broke my heart. So that wasn't the direction that I wanted to live my life. And I grew up hearing about type 5 lifestyle. I grew up knowing that there's another kind of lifestyle out there. And luckily for me, I had parents that were in this business beforehand and that has started something incredible that I can also tag along and be part of this experience. So from becoming a doctor, I quit that. And at that time, you can see my skin was very inflamed. There was a lot of hormonal acne coming out, and the roughness of my skin was this is all covered up by makeup. On the right hand side, you can't actually see how bad my skin quality was, but at that time it was really something that I can't even imagine having right now. So this is actually my first experience with TR90. My first experience with TR90 was, I think, in 2013 or 2014. And I was determined in that 90 days to do the best that I could. Because in Hong Kong and in the greater China area, they were doing this kind of challenge where if you were in the top 5, they would give you, I think, almost 40 to 50,000 Hong Kong dollars worth of products. And that was something that I really wanted to do. And eventually, I actually lost quite a lot of weight at this time. So over here, I think in total, it was about more than 20 kilos that I lost in that one set, and it completely transformed my life. But not only did it transform my body, but you can see that it has transformed my face as well. All the swelling has gone down. My skin has improved quite a lot, and this was my second attempt at TR90. I gained quite a lot of weight again because I was going through some of my final years of university and going through residency and everything. And it was just perhaps not the best experience for me in terms of health wise. But through this program and being able to change my eating habits and my health habits, at least, I'm able to transform like this. I think another great transformation is, of course, my dad. He did one of the first versions of TR90 that we have. And I think you can probably say that he's kind of like a Benjamin Button, always turning back the time in terms of age. And I think, Uncle Philip, you are also exactly the same. You have not aged a single bit in this past 28 years, maybe even gotten younger. Look-wise and health-wise too. I think if you have been with Uncle Philip quite a lot, you will see that he has the energy of a 20-year-old. This is also another one of my business partners. You can see that through this program, I mean, this was one lady that I knew has a lot of, not a lot of fat storage in other areas, but mostly in her gut. And sometimes this comes from quite a bit of hormonal problems. So meaning that your body decides to store that fat much more than it would in a regular case. And you can see over here that that was that case for herself, where there was a lot of storage over there. But through this program, I mean, it's not only transforming people's bodies, but it's really transforming their lives. So right now, she's currently doing Nu Skin very, very well in Korea. And because of the rise in social media, I mean, even exempling and showing something like this to your friends and family, it is a very simple way to help other people, not only in giving them a business opportunity, but also giving them this kind of transformative opportunity too. So if we take a look at, I don't know if you do this elsewhere or not, but in Korea, we have these in-body machines, and they basically tell you the entire status of your body right now. And this is something that you can also do at the hospitals. But this is something that we do for our challenges and every time we do TR90. And if we take a look at some of the numbers over here, I think what is incredible is after these 90 days, the weight loss is not that significant. I mean, 6.8 kilos, but the body fat drop was, oh, sorry, this is 8 kilos, 8 kilos. And the percentage drop was over 12.1%. I mean, for someone who is a lady to be dropping this much, I mean, this lady is in her 20s, but to have over 30% of body fat is something that you see probably a little bit later on in life, especially during menopause when your body cannot regulate that fat burning and fat storage. But we've really reset the body into a much younger state. I mean, if you take a look at the numbers over here, 18.8%, I mean, it's in the normal range, but this is someone that is living a much healthier and a better kind of lifestyle in the long run. So even for men, like I was talking to Ada just now too, men have a significant change in their body. Number one, you know, men have a different biology compared to women. And for women, the last place that we actually lose our fat is in our stomach area, in our gut. And the reason why is because women most of the time have about 10% on average more fat than men do. But a lot of this fat we carry in our breasts and also in our area that protects the womb. So that is why when you see a lot of women and they're dieting, the last part that is usually shed is that gut area. But for men, especially men with that, what we call beer belly syndrome, this beer belly is one of the first things to go, especially in that first 15 days of the program. So ultimately, I think one of the questions that we really need to ask ourselves is, you know, why is hormonal control important in a diet? Hormones actually keep your body functioning smoothly. So it will help you function physically, your mentally, and your emotion as well. So emotionally too. And why is it that we need to diet? I mean, first of all, if your physical health was perfect, and if your mental control was perfect, as in you could see a piece of cake and not want to take a bite out of it, if you can smell ramen in the background, you don't want to eat it, if you can have that control, that would be perfect. And if we didn't eat emotionally, then everything would be completely perfect. Then you would be actually at your ideal body shape and at your ideal health. But I think for the most part, we are not in that condition. We are not in that part. And we need to go on a diet because we want to start functioning properly again and allow our body to end up functioning in a much more youthful state. So we have to start controlling these components to start living actually the lifestyle that we want. So the first hormone that is very important is this insulin. We know insulin. It's a great hormone. Basically, it's able to tell your body on how to use glucose. So how to use energy, how to use sugar that is put into our body. I think, of course, when you're talking about diabetes, it's a whole different story. Especially in type 2 diabetes, where you are actually producing insulin, but it's either not enough or your body is completely resistant to it. So you take in sugar, but your body doesn't know that it's already there. So when your body gets some food into your body, you end up having some high blood sugar. And this is when insulin is released from your pancreas. And this actually tells your cells to start using that glucose, that energy that's in your blood. And you will start regulating that energy. But the thing is, when your body doesn't have an input, doesn't have an energy source, it allows this glycogen, which is a storage form of this glucose, to be able to be released into your blood, and you can use that energy instead. But the problem is, when you have that imbalance and you end up making your body resistant to this insulin, that becomes a problem. I mean, what we call type 2 diabetes right now is something that we called adult onset diabetes before. And why do we call this type 2 diabetes? Because kids are having diabetes nowadays. And this is because of their change in the diet. I mean, they're lacking in nutrition. They're lacking in a proper meal plan every day. This is something that our TR90 helps to regulate. Another hormone that most people won't really talk about is this hormone called orexin. And this hormone is produced in the hypothalamus. So if we take a look at our brain over here, it's at the very base of your brain at the back. And this hormone is also responsible for that feeling of arousal and wakefulness. I don't think I've met anyone that was also hungry and sleepy at the same time. You're either just hungry or you're just sleepy. There's no one that is hungry and sleepy and can sleep if they're hungry. So this is the same hormone that is responsible for each other. So I think that is why it is so easy to have that addiction to food. I mean, it is the same hormone for arousal, for this happiness. So I guess you can say a lot of people feel that kind of satisfaction and that happiness when it comes to an addiction to a food and cravings for food. So the first thing that really does happen is this: when you're hungry and your ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, gets produced, it produces this orexin hormone, and it makes you feel incredibly hungry, like you need to take in nutrients. What stops and blocks this orexin hormone from being produced is this leptin, and this feeling of being full. This stops your orexin from being produced, so you're no longer hungry anymore. Sometimes in these cases, we actually can't control it. This is something that our body does. But how do we help our body? How do we help our body do this? One hormone that is very important is called ghrelin. It is produced from the stomach, and it is well known as this hunger hormone. So it means that it really increases our appetite for something. But something about ghrelin that we don't really think about all too often is also that it increases your fat storage. So it means that it makes your body store fat instead of allowing your body to burn fat. And this happens when we're hungry. So it gets really, really high right before a meal and starts decreasing when that meal is consumed. So when you start eating. So first of all, our stomach is empty. Stomach is empty and it's small, it's hungry, so ghrelin is produced. It shoots straight up to our brain and it tells us that we're hungry, tells you to start eating, and then your appetite is increased and your food intake is increased, but your fat storage is increased as well. So essentially, your ghrelin levels will hit the highest right before your meal, and as soon as you start eating, that hormone starts decreasing, and you will end up storing that energy instead. So my question is, what happens when that ghrelin keeps getting produced, even when your stomach is totally full? Whoops. Even when your stomach is totally full. What happens when you're sorry about that. Is one of our co-hosts able to help me with the muting? Thank you so much. So what happens, when your body's not responding or telling you that you're full anymore? I mean, you will continue to eat. You will continue to eat, even knowing that you are already satisfied in terms of nutrition or in terms of calories. So the next thing is leptin. Leptin is incredibly great for your metabolism. So when it is released, it actually increases your fat metabolism. So it increases the fat burning in your body. We know that leptin is our best friend when it comes to being on a healthy diet. Leptin is that one that stops that craving. And your desire to eat decreases. And we can see that from the very beginning where I talked about orexin. It actually stops that orexin hormone from being produced. The problem with leptin is that when you're obese or when you are overweight, you're actually resistant to this leptin from adipose cells that you have around your body. And when your fat cells are starting to store that fat even more, your leptin is produced and it tells your body to stop eating because now it's storing fat instead. But once you get to a point where you're overweight or obese, you actually don't even feel that leptin release. So your leptin is released in your body, but you don't react to it in any way. So this means that you don't stop eating. That control for that craving is completely gone. So, when your leptin is high, but your body is not responding to it, you can think of it like this. You're fat, but your brain can't see it. You're fat, but your brain can't see it. And your brain is totally starved. You think you're hungry, but your body is obese. That comes with the territory of not being able to read this leptin signal anymore. So leptin is not only a part of this hunger system that we have, it's actually a part of our reward system. So, when your leptin is released, it tells your body, great, you are now satisfied, you are now full, you feel satiety now, and you can stop. But for the most part, we don't have that control. And how do you reset that? How do you allow your body to go back to that state where you can tell yourself, that's enough, you've had enough? One hormone, the last hormone that is very important is actually this hormone called PPY. It's called peptide YY, or peptide tyrosine. And this hormone is responsible for slowing down this gastric emptying. So what it does, it increases the efficiency of your digestion and your nutrient absorption after a meal. And it decreases your appetite. So it makes you feel full. This is produced in the small intestine, and it gets shot up right into your brain, and it tells you to basically stop eating. But obesity actually releases less of this hormone. So what this means is, the more unhealthier you get, your body actually releases less hormone to tell you that you are full. So you would think that your body, because you are in this, unhealthy state, your body would tell it to stop intaking so much, but it's the opposite. Your body continues to intake more. So these kind of things, all of these are hormones that you can't just physically say, I'm going to switch off, switch on, and I'm going to control it all by myself. If that was the case, we would be geniuses. We would actually have no problem with these kind of things at all. But why do we need something to help us? So how does TR90 really help? First of all, our ingredients are great. The technology behind this TR90. If we take a look at TR90 in itself, in Malaysia, Singapore, it's considered #1 wellness and weight management system. And why is that the case? This product itself, not only does it help you in controlling those cravings and helping your body burn fat instead of store fat, you are actually having something that is PDR approved. This is the physician's desk reference, which is our Bible in the medical community. The PDR is amazing in the sense that, if you are a practicing physician and you recommend or you prescribe something from this PDR and something goes wrong, you're actually not liable for those mistakes because these drugs are in this reference book. But our TR90 is in there as a dietary supplement, something that will help you in maintaining your normal, healthy body condition. So if we take a look at some of these ingredients, this prickly pear cactus, it really helps with stopping that fat storage. This in Jumpstart, in your first 15 days, it's an incredible way to help your body start burning fat instead of storing fat. And your saffron over there. Saffron is such an expensive ingredient. I think 90% of the saffron that you find outside in the markets, a lot of them are fake and very expensive. It is something that will control your appetite and stabilize your mood. We have pomegranate that is amazing in also appetite control, but fat metabolism. So, you're burning that fat instead. And this red orange, which is great for fat reduction and removing all the excess carbs in your body. So if we take a look at these ingredients in general, you could definitely buy these ingredients yourself. You can buy these ingredients yourself. You can take all of them yourself every single day. But why would you go through all of that when you have something that's readily available for you that is extracted just for the key ingredients to help you in your weight loss and your journey. So what we really need to know is that an incredible portion of our health has to do with our mind and our body. I think when we go through quite a lot of difficult things in life, people like to say, you know, it's always mind over matter. It's always mind over matter. So when you can think positively and you can push through, that is something that you can do in sort of almost any given situation. So let's say whether you're feeling a bit upset because of this COVID situation or anything like that, you can always get through something like that. But when it comes to something that you cannot control by yourself, products are there to help you in that. So when we take a look at these two things, your mind and your body, Jumpstart is there to help you in all of that, mind and body, in that first 15 days, to be able to really kickstart that metabolism of yours. I mean, a lot of my customers that are going through this program and are going through this first 15 days, taking this Jumpstart, they are sweating like crazy, especially during the night. They will need to put a lot of towels beneath them as they sleep. They're sleeping on towels on their pillows because they are sweating so much and they are burning that fat at night as they sleep. I mean, how many people can say that that they're going through that? I mean, how many people can actually tell you that, you know, even not exercising, they are still able to burn this fat as they sleep? This Jumpstart with the with the saffron and the pomegranate in it, I mean, you're really controlling that appetite, and you're making sure that that leptin and that ghrelin, that orexin, all of that is stabilized throughout the day, where you're not feeling hungry anymore. You're not feeling the unnecessary need to eat. So this is both controlling your body and your mind. On one hand, it's your hormones that are being regulated. On the other hand, it's your body being able to burn that fat. One that's really great over here is this control. Why do we call it control? I mean, the company wouldn't just put a random name onto a product unless it actually does what it says that it does, which is control your cravings. I mean, this tablet all in itself, I think, I know that Tami right now is going through her first TR90 set, and she is someone that cannot resist having rice in every meal. And she's been telling me that she hasn't been eating all of her rice. I mean, maybe half a bowl. And that's incredible, because this is someone that loves rice to the end of the world. I don't think she could ever put those chopsticks down. But this is that kind of craving control that you get from this particular product. So this control, this is your mind control, your hormone regulation. Another thing is your fit, the fit that we have in the TR90 program. This fit over there is helping your body in fat usage. So what I said just now, the cayenne pepper that's in this fit, that helps with burning fat. So it means that while you're taking this, not only is your craving satisfied, but your body is able to utilize the fat that's already there. And of course, the protein shake, I mean, you're replenishing your body and you're helping your body maintain that muscle. The more muscle you have, the more fat you can burn, the better your metabolism is. So your metabolism in here through the fit and the trim shake is going to control that body of yours, where your body is now at a much younger state than before. I mean, how many people can say that in their 50s or 60s, they're going out and they're hiking and they're enjoying life and they're at a place where they are doing the same thing that they did in their 20s, because they're feeling much healthier, they're feeling much better. And this is not something that's just, you know, through experience. This is something that is scientifically justified and also scientifically backed up. So if you are thinking, you know, Kahe, like I have a great diet, I have a great, you know, exercise routine, do I really need to go through this? Do I really need to go through TR90? What this product does is it just helps you in creating some good habits for the rest of your life. Great habits. When we talk about habits itself, I think a lot of people would agree that it takes over 28 days to create a habit. I mean, you need to do it consistently every single day to be able to create something out of nowhere. But for our bodies and ourselves, that's a totally different thing. I mean, every time, every single day, we are growing older. There is no stopping the clock. It continues to run. But how do you make sure that you're able to reset your body or reset your mind or reset your cells into a much younger state? That is something that you can't do in any sense of the word unless you have the backup of patented products, patented technology. So what you do see is you can definitely help regulate that body of yours. This hormone control, I think a lot of times we think it's fairly simple, but it is not something that you can just at a snap of a finger be like, okay, I'm going to control my body now. It doesn't happen that way. It really takes a little bit of time. It takes a bit of patience, and it takes a little bit of something extra, which is this powerful science that we have. So hopefully today you guys have heard quite a bit about this hormones. And I think if there are any questions, like I would love to answer some of them over here today. Hormones are not the easiest thing to understand, but I hope that you have all learned something today. I think it's a very complex system in our body. I hope I didn't explain it too difficult. Uncle Philip, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm paying attention to what you said, every word. You know what? This is the first time I heard these sections. From the scientific point of view about TR90, why it can successfully not just manage our weight properly, but at the same time, we find out why there is lots of aging disease could be improved after the TR90 intake. You know, you're such a wonderful speaker, knowledgeable. Oh my God. We need you very much, Kahe.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, you know, I pay attention. Well, you know what? Actually, we want, you know, I suggest people for those who like to know things in depth, because we don't want to look at TR90 like a mystery. So I suggest you think about the right questions and don't ask me because I am not able to answer, and let Guy to answer for all of you. So anyway, I give the time to Ada to look after the questions and answer today.
That sounds
Okay.
Yeah.
So one question. So how often do you recommend taking the jumpstart throughout the program?
I think in most countries, they only have one jumpstart in each TR90 program, right? So, of course, what the company has provided is this one single take of jumpstart. So just 15 days. But the thing is, in other countries, let's say in Hong Kong, sometimes we have promotions where you can buy 4 jumpstarts in a pack, or in Malaysia where you can just buy jumpstart even without the rest of the program. And the reason why is because jumpstart is such a strong fat metabolism product that we have. In Korea, we do have something called Diolin, which also does quite a similar thing. So it has like cayenne peppers in it, which helps you in burning the fat. But it's totally different from this age lock technology that we have in the TR90 Jumpstart. So I have some customers that continue to take Jumpstart throughout their TR90 program, and people who buy Jumpstart regardless of the TR90 program. So they will continue to take the Jumpstart and Trim Shake even after it. So I think it's because in that first 15 days, they can really feel that fat burning process. So if you saw, I showed you that one photo of the man with the bloated stomach and reduced. That was all in 14 days. That reduction in bloat and that fat burn was in 14 days only. And this comes from the product itself. So how powerful that is. So if you have an excess of Jumpstart, I would say don't be shy with it. You can take it throughout your program if you like. I mean, if you want to add that into the middle of your program, that's totally good too. If you want to add that outside of your program as well, that is something. I mean, I would love to take Jumpstart every day too if I had it.
So that means we can take Jumpstart every day throughout the year.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that.
So another question: can someone keep taking TR90?
I mean, I really want a little bit of clarification, as in, you mean continue set after set?
Stella, can you type your question or? Yes, she said yes, continuously.
Okay, so with TR90, it is marketed not as a diet program. I think that's the thing that we really need to understand, that it's not a diet program in which, you know, you're losing a lot of water in your body, you're losing a lot of essential vitamins and nutrients and minerals in your body because you are shedding it through your like diuretics and things that, you know, induce a lot of diarrhea, where you're losing water instead of really changing your body. So if you're thinking of using TR90 as a basic, like a basic dietary supplement, it is that. It is a weight management system. So to be honest, if I had the choice and I could do TR90 the whole year, every single day, as part of my routine, my daily routine, I would. Because the H-Lock technology in there is incredible. I mean, why do we take R squared every day? Why do we take Y-span every single day? Why not TR90? TR90 is exactly the same thing. It will help you in, reversing that time, making your body work at that more younger state. So if my body was to metabolize properly and metabolize fat like I'm 16 years old for the rest of my life, then I think that is something worth investing into. So if you are looking towards that and maintaining your body, then yeah, TR90 continuous intake is actually no problem whatsoever.
Okay. So another question. When taking TR90, facing menstrual period comes out a lot as this is normal.
This is very, very normal. Very normal. Very normal. So like I said, not only does TR90 really regulate your hormones, but what's great about TR90 is it cleans your blood vessels. So it makes sure that your blood is flowing through your body really well. So in some places where maybe our blood is not reaching towards like our fingertips, or maybe even some people have problems in their vagina, or like in their uterus. This TR90, because it's helping with your blood flow, you're getting blood in places that maybe you haven't seen in maybe over 10 years or so. I've had quite a lot of women who are maybe going through pre-menopause, who are skipping a few periods here and there, but they are suddenly getting their period right now, even bigger, even more than they've seen before, because of the TR90. They're having blood flow there that they haven't seen in years. So this is what I mean by how great TR90 is, in not just in a diet sense, but making sure that your body is working properly when it needs to. So if you're facing a lot of volume in terms of your menstruation, please don't be worried about that. It's only 90 days, so it's 3 months of maybe slightly heavy flow, but other than that, you're totally good. One other thing that I do want to mention is, if you have breast cancer, or you're undergoing some kind of hormonal treatment for a breast cancer, there are some people that are going through TR92 at the same time. TR90 doesn't affect the hormones in the sense of like too much estrogen, but it does produce estrogen. So it means that some women who are going through chemotherapy, or who are having treatments for breast cancer, or ovarian cancer, or uterine cancer, you really need to make sure that you check your hormone levels with your doctor. And I've seen some people who were taking some testosterone injections because their hormones were a little bit too high for their particular case. But other than that, there is actually no problem with taking TR90 in association to that. I'm just giving a short heads up just in case there's anyone here going through that at the moment and you're thinking, oh, should I be taking TR90? It's totally okay. Like, it's totally okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Any more questions?
Oh, yes, I have a question, Skahe.
Okay.
I find out some people is really underweight, very skinny.
Yes.
And then after they take the TR90, the point is they gain the weight and then they really macho. So can you tell us why it's happened like this?
When you are underweight, most of the time it's your body not being of course, number one is undernutrition. So you don't have enough nutrition in your body. Number 2 is under eating. So under eating comes with undernutrition too. Another thing is your body's not able to store that energy into your muscles. So your body's unable to create the muscles that it needs. What TR90 does is it provides you with all the essential vitamins, all the essential minerals, all the essential proteins that you need to build these muscles properly. If you can probably say, oh yeah, but I don't want to become bulky, or I don't want to, there are a lot of people that will say these kind of things when you're talking about diets. But the thing is, it's not just your muscles that are muscles. Your heart is a muscle too. This is something that functions even as you sleep. It's not like you tell your heart to beat and it beats. It beats all on its own, I hope. But you really have to make sure that all of your muscles are being provided for. When you are underweight, your body will make sure that the essential part of your body is surviving. This means that your sympathetic system, so it means your heart, your lungs, your gut, your brain, all these parts are being kept alive, but your other muscles are not being sustained in any sort of way. So with TR90, you're able to redirect some of that energy into other parts of your body where you actually need it. So people who turn out to do TR90, even though they are underweight, they become a more healthier underweight. So they might still be underweight. I'm not gonna say that all of a sudden they're gonna become normal, because their body is still in that process of getting to a point where it's much healthier, but they won't be overly under nutrition that they cannot produce or cannot create muscle.
Very good. Great.
Okay. No question? Okay, one more question. This increase in the estrogen while taking TR90, is it only temporary while doing TR90 program?
Yes, it is only temporary. This comes from the regulation in your hormones. So when you are taking the fit and the control, and also when you're taking that jump start, it helps you in that regulation. So you're producing hormones that you haven't produced in a while. So that's why I said when you're going through menopause, like some women who are going through menopause at the moment, if you're taking TR90 and you're feeling that it is actually delaying that menopause a little bit, you're right, because you are producing some hormones that you haven't produced in a while. But that is just temporary throughout this 90-day program. So that is during the time that you take that fit and control. Trim shake, on the other hand, is totally different. That one you can take regardless of the TR90. So if you want to continue taking trim shake even past like every single day, even as part of your daily routine, that is totally okay. That will not increase your estrogen in any way or form. And that's also the reason why our company sells trim shake on its own, because that can be part of your healthy diet program, your healthy daily diet program.
Okay. Thank you, Kahe.
I'm so happy to be talking about these kind of things. So if you really want to know more about, how do you say, if you really want to know more about creating muscle, or that is something that I'll be talking about next week when I talk about TR Go. So TR Go has launched in Korea already, and I know that the pre-workout launched in Hong Kong, and it's available this month for promotion. This TR Go is incredible. I mean, have you tried that pre-workout? you cannot sleep.
Oh,
You cannot sleep. It is like taking 4 espresso shots in the morning without feeling that, that
bum, 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 bum.
heartbeat. the caffeine rush. Like, we have quite a lot of moms, like stay-at-home moms, that are taking this pre-workout every single day because it helps them with their daily activities of child rearing, and they don't feel tired at all, and they sleep so well throughout the night, just because of this TR Go. And the post workout too is great with the muscle building. I mean, it's incredible. I've seen some in-body results that have shown me, even just taking TR Go once, the post workout one time, and doing one workout, like the number increase is incredible. I mean, sometimes you won't even believe that in one single use you can increase by 1 or 2%, but you can see that from some of the results, and it's incredible. So if you're looking to enhance your exercise routine, or you're looking to enhance, let's say, your diet, then TR Go would be something that would be great to be put on top of the TR90.
Okay. So thank you, Kai. So let me promote. Let me see any. No. Oh, sorry. Let me see any other questions. So okay. So give me a second. Okay. Okay. Can you see the poster? Kai, can you see your post? Can you see the poster?
I think my video is still being spotlighted.
Okay. Can someone tell me, can you guys see the poster?
Not yet.
Not yet, huh?
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. How about now? Okay. Can you see a poster? Your beautiful poster. Okay. So on Hong Kong Thursday, Vancouver Wednesday, Kahe will introduce our next new product called Age Lock Boost. So Kahe, have you tried the boost yet? The Age Lock Boost yet?
I haven't, unfortunately. I'm gonna go into Hong Kong and try it out.
Try that,
but
yeah.
I've seen it, and I am dying to try it out. It is incredible. I mean, I've seen some of the results, and just I cannot believe how fast it works. But of course, I mean, with this company, there's nothing less I would expect. There's nothing less I would expect. And some of the science that goes behind this is just
yes,
like you wouldn't imagine the amount of effort and research it takes to come up with this kind of incredible, not just device, but the serum too is quite great as well, if you take a look at some of the ingredients in there. And sometimes I am in total awe of the company.
So we're gonna wait for your training session again on Wednesday and Thursday about our next the powerful gadget Age Lock Boost. So thank you, Kahe. Let's give a hands to Kahe.
Thank you, Kahe. Thank you.
Thank you, Kahe.
Thank you.
So I'll see you guys 2 days later.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.